Hi, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Debbie Alexander, coming to you live from Salmon Arm, British Columbia, Canada. I am an online business owner, and I started this business over 5 years ago. And today I am doing my 90 days success challenge with my business partners from all over the world. And today is my day 30, and today's topic is my journey to achieve balance. So yesterday I introduced the concept of work-life balance, and so when I am saying achieve balance, that means my work life balance. So I said I studied this online business 5 years ago, over 5 years ago, and I'm going to share how was my life before I started this online business. Well, before I started this business, my work-life balance was completely off because back then I was a realtor selling houses and condos, and I was also working at my husband's restaurant as a restaurant manager. So you can guess I had a very busy life. So during day I did a lot of paperwork for my real estate business, and then of course I have showings. And showings, it's not, well, I have some sort of flexibility that I can book showings. However, most of the time it's up upon my client. So when I am selling, when I have a listing and selling a house, of course I have to listen to the seller's time requirements, and then I have to match that with the buyer's time slot. So though I want to schedule those showings when I am available, but often I push myself and then book as many showings as possible, because for my seller, I want to sell the house as soon as possible. So I was working like that, and my husband's restaurant, of course, it's busy at weekend. My real estate the business is busy at the weekend at the same time. So and then I had two teenage kids at home too. So I was like torn between a lot of different things. So I was always tired, and then I was always complaining because I felt like, why am I doing all these things and then I'm always tired. I loved real estate business, and then I loved restaurant too, engaging with people, and it was my passion, but I was just spending way too much time uh, for work. So my kids were forgotten. And sometimes I even couldn't go home because after restaurant closed we still have things to do. And when everything is done, my husband and I were so tired, we just didn't have energy to go home. So we had a bedroom set up inside of the restaurant. So many nights we just slept at the restaurant. So that was actually the reason how I found this online business. One day I saw this ad by Japanese lady. She says, she was having a very busy life too, like me. She was self-employed, and her husband was he had his own business. And she was saying that, because of this business, their life changed. They started to have time for themselves, and they were able to have a vacation of 3 months. And I said, I want that. So I clicked and I watched the webinar, and that was the beginning of my online journey. So after I started this online business, 2 years after, I semi-retired from selling houses. Well, one thing is due to us moving to, far from Vancouver. We moved to Okanagan, which is about 5 hours from Vancouver, where I was selling houses. So I still had clients. They required, well, they asked me to help them. So I traveled to Vancouver, and then I was still selling houses for maybe 2 years after I started this online business. And another year, I completely retired from real estate. And after this, I started this online business. I really have learned the value of living life, because I just opened my eyes, that I didn't know there was such a lifestyle that you can have time for yourself, and you can have control of your time. And I was just becoming so much happier than before. And my husband and I, 5 years later, we have completely different lifestyle. Before, we were just spending way too much time on working to pay the bills. And we didn't have time for nothing else but work. But now, I feel so much different. I still have to learn to balance life and work, well, life and business, because I love my online business so much. So I tend to spend a little, sometimes a little too much on the computer. And then I love taking those classes and learn new skills. So I spend time on those kind of things. But still, I have time to go out with my husband. We enjoy our life. We have time to go for a long walk in the morning or in the evening. We finally started living. This is living. If I kept going like 5 years ago, when I was going to be dead, I probably had a lot of regrets. But now, I decided I deserve better life. I deserve to have time for myself and enjoy life, and then find out what this life has for me. So if you are feeling like me 5 years ago, like doesn't have a purpose for living, just to pay the bills, just to pay for the rent, there's a better way of living and work, and you can have life work balance. And if you don't know how to do that, and send me a message today, and then I'll show you exactly what needs to be done to have work-life balance. For me, finding out this online business was a game changer, my life changer. And I'm just so grateful. I was very fortunate to have found this business and took action. Okay, so that's all from me today, and I will be back tomorrow. Thank you for watching, and thank you for your support. And I really like to support you if you are struggling, because back then I didn't have hope, I didn't have time, I didn't have a lot of money, but these things can change. Well, I'll see you tomorrow again. Bye for now. Hold on.